But if you're only taking your funding and feeding it to majority of women and not feeding it to the rest of the group, I'm all for women being in construction, 100%. I would love to see more. The problem that I have is that a lot of the government funding is solely going towards getting more women in construction. But if I were to go out and all of a sudden you ask 100 women, how many of you want to get into construction? You know, you're probably going to get that 5 to maybe 10% are interested in getting into construction. But if you're only taking your funding and feeding it to majority of women and not feeding it to the rest of the group, then there's going to be a disconnect. Because now, you know, a few years ago, I had someone reach out to me, an electrician. There was a program that was designed by the government to get more people into the electrical trade. And all the funding was going towards DEI initiatives. And anybody who was outside of that initiative wasn't allowed to get that funding. That's a misstep, in my opinion, because you've got Portuguese people that look at their sons or their cousins or their family members. You should get into construction. They're promoting getting into the trades without any government assistance. And they're coming from, you know, cultures that have done that, whether it's European, whether it's Caribbean, whether it's Asian, whether it's everything. But when all the government funding is going exclusively to one group and it's avoiding the other groups, I think you're missing lots of talented people that have skills that, if given the opportunity, they would get into construction.
That's a good point.